Hello and welcome. Welcome to Aid Eyewitness. Thursday the 10th of April 2025. An important date in Manchester's planning calendar because a certain building is set to receive planning permission. It's going to be built just behind me. We'll also look at another controversial building that's been in planning, set for construction just round the corner. On Thursday, it was announced in the media that they had approved 153 floors and 2,000 beds. What? A 500-metre high building? No, it was 153 floors across 3 buildings, the tallest being Viadux 2. So I've picked out 31 interesting facts about Viadux 2 and the other 2 buildings as well. And I'm presenting some then and nows. I've started including photos from the Manchester Library's collection. Many are Creative Commons licensed, so I can use them. This is Lower Mosley Street and Central Station then. That's the 13th of March, 1897, and now, the 10th of April, 2025. And who could have imagined then that a gigantic skyscraper would appear on the left, around 130 years into the future? Central Station sadly closed in 1969. But later became GMEX, now Manchester Central, and so the new tower will extend up into this area of sky. Fact number 1, it will be 246 metres tall. Actually, the exact height will be 245.65 metres. That's 805 feet 11 1/4 inches. It will be the tallest outside London, actually the UK's 3rd tallest after the Shard, 87 floors, 309.6 metres, and 22 Bishopsgate, 62 floors, 278 metres. The Tower of Light, designed by Mike Tonkin and Anna Liu, is actually a decorative facade to hide the chimney of the Civic Quarter heat network. It's 40 metres tall, but just imagine if it was scaled up to a 240 metre high residential building. Wouldn't that make a nice addition to the skyline? Fact number 2, Viadux 2 will have 76 stories. So each story is around 3.23 metres. Interesting calculation. Fact number 3, it was approved by 7-3. So 3 members of the planning committee objected. Historic England said it was too tall, but what's done is done. The new tower will be placed in the middle of the car park, at the far end of Manchester Central, whose management have complained because it reduces the parking space available for exhibitors and others using the complex. The developers say they will work to resolve the problem. The tower will be constructed almost exactly where I took this photo on colour slide film in 1982. The Britain's Protection Pub, Axis Tower, Viadux 1, the Metrolink Bridge. This is the junction of Lower Mosley Street, Great Bridgewater Street, going from left to right, and Albion Street, going straight on over to the left. Let's have another look into the past. That's the junction with Great Bridgewater Street, 1954, with adverts for Bellevue Zoo and Circus and the 1953 film The Heart of the Matter, so it is definitely 1954. Now we go back to 1896, where the entrance to the new tower will be located. The sign says Robert L. Bostock, Corn and Flour Factor. By the 27th of August 1900, the use had changed. Furniture Exchange and Mart, it says. And on the bridge, Salt Company Brewers of Burton-on-Trent. The bridge is still there today. And in a few more years, this is how it's going to look. Fact number 4. The tower will be named Nobu Manchester. The building, including apartments and hotel, will be operated by Nobu Hospitality LLC. Founded by Nobu Matsuhisa, age 76, Robert De Niro, 81, and Meir Tepper. They have restaurants and apartments all over the world. Fact number 5. The developer is Soulboy, co-founded by Fred Dunn, now 82. And I read that he got to know Nobu on his travels and had the ambition of bringing them to Manchester. It seems reaching retirement age doesn't mean giving up on ambitions. Fact number 6. There will be 452 Nobu branded apartments. The publicity states you can live the Nobu lifestyle. Fact number 7. The hotel will have 160 beds and will be Nobu branded. By contrast, there will be a 23-storey building with 133 apartments classed as affordable. Fact number 9. The architects are Simpson Huff, and I see they've been trying out the beveled zigzag design on their contour apartment blocks. Fact 10. It will generate £1.5 million in council tax, I think that's per annum, for Manchester City Council. Fact 11. The hotel will employ, it said, over 160 people. Fact number 12. The build will generate 8.1 million GVA, that's gross value added, which is defined as the value of goods and services produced in an area, industry or sector of an economy. Fact 13. The original application was made in March 2024 for 782 apartments and resubmitted in November 2024 for 452 apartments and the hotel. 14. It was approved on the 10th of April 2025. In total, it took just over a year to get planning permission. Number 15. The tall tower will go on plot 2A, the smaller building on plot 2B. 16. Construction will take 5.5 years, so it will be completed in 2031, 100 years after completion of the Empire State Building. That only took 1 year and 45 days to build. 17. The reference is 139715/FO/2024 if you want to spend a few days, or weeks, or maybe months, studying the detailed plans. We continue down onto Whitworth Street West to look at another project that was approved along with Viadux 2. Interesting, an all-electric bus from London on trials with the B network. I love today's buses. Whitworth Street West is connected with the Hacienda nightclub, and later Deansgate Locks appeared, like Viadux, reusing old railway arches. Just opposite is the site of Whitworth Street West, the second building that was given planning approval. And let's add some more facts onto the list. Fact number 18. It is named after the street, Whitworth Street West, and the address is 2-4 Whitworth Street West. Very nice address. Tony Wilson will be proud. Number 19. It has 44 stories. I can't find any info on the exact height, but it must be around 140 metres using my earlier calculation. It will contain 364 flats of 1, 2 and 3 bedrooms. It will stand on the site of 2 older buildings. I've photographed them just to document what was there. They haven't been in use for a while. They are characterful and attractive. It's always a dilemma whether to destroy the old to make way for the new, but times change and the decision has to be made. At least the architects have striven to reference the existing architecture of the area with the distinctive terracotta arches. Fact 21. The architects are Shepherd Robson. There has been a disagreement with neighbouring clubs arising from a dispute on Oldham Street where residents who had moved there complained about noise levels. Seems to me if you move to an area where there are nightclubs, it's like moving close to an airport. You shouldn't complain about the noise. Surely this can be resolved with today's soundproofing technology. There is no car parking. But again, if you move to a location that's between 2 stations and not far from a mainline station, do you really need a car? Fact 22. There is no affordable housing. The developers said it wasn't viable in this location. Fact 23. Construction is set to begin in the first quarter of 2026. And let's hope there are no problems like they've had on the neighbouring site. Fact 24. The planning application is 141773/FO/2024. From here, it's just a short distance to First Street, and on plot 9B, just behind the gigantic Square Gardens development, the third building will be built. It consists of 2 parts, 12 and 33 stories. Quite tall. It's a PBSA project, purpose-built student accommodation. Developer is Vita Student, who have built student residences in London, Barcelona, Coventry and other cities. Fact 28. Tim Groom Architects have designed the buildings. 29. There will be 841 student beds, with 129 rooms classed as affordable. Number 30. It said that this project could contribute £26 million GVA. Now you know what that is. And if you're curious to find out more, the planning application number is 141786/FO/2024. Just do a search for Manchester Planning Portal. So that's it. 3 different towers, 3 different markets, 3 different styles of modern architecture. But how will things look in 10 years or 15? In Leeds, the student residence broadcasting tower, where my daughter lived in her first year at uni, is being completely stripped out and refurbished with the addition of new cladding. It was opened in 2009. I noticed that the Vita Tower will also make use of this site nearby, which I mentioned in a previous video. On the east side of the construction site, we can see an empty plot. How long will it be before this area starts to sprout cranes and a concrete core starts to arise? It won't be built on, but it will be used as the construction site compound. And while we're in this part of town, just a quick update on the Hotspur Press redevelopment I featured recently. Developers Manor have changed the height and exterior of the tower. It's reduced from 37 to 35 stories, and it will have an aluminium facade, said to provide a visual separation with the brickwork of the old building. Let's return to our starting point, Lower Mosley Street. So, more changes in the pipeline, more additions to Manchester's skyline, praised by many, criticised by many. One comment I saw somewhere suggested instead of tall buildings they should build classy Georgian-style houses. But it's already been done. This is Oxford Court, an office development constructed in a mock Georgian style, I believe in the late 1980s. One distinguished architectural commentator trashed it, saying it was a load of rubbish, a retrograde pastiche and absolutely hideous. But I think it's okay. This is Manchester. There should be a place for modern and traditional, high-rise and low-rise, cutting-edge and kitschy. But that's just my opinion. I'm just here to document, to describe and explain, an independent observer, the guy on the street, not an industry insider, an eyewitness to what's happening. Also providing people with an opportunity to comment, respectfully please. I have carefully checked the facts given here, but if I've made any errors, please do correct me in the comments. Please like, subscribe and share, and if you want to support what I'm doing, go to www.buymeacoffee.com/AidenEyewitness. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und auf Wiedersehen in Manchester.